Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bad Movie Review. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the Sonny Chiba classic, Ninja Wars. Ooh. Yeah, it sounds really awesome, but there's really not a whole lot of ninjas in it. Yeah, the alternate titles are Death of a Ninja, Iga Magic Story, and Black Magic Wars. None of those really fit the movie per se, at least not in my opinion. And Sonny Chiba's barely in the movie. As I recall, the lead actor's name is Hiroyuki Sanada, maybe? I'm not good with pronunciation, obviously. But this 1982 classic runs about an hour and a half, a little over that. And the basic story goes something like there's a character named Kashin the Sorcerer, and his retainers show up to propose to make Lord Danjo the ruler of Japan and to gain the love of Yuko. But the retainers take the girlfriend of Jotaro, a local ninja, because she's the twin sister, the slightly younger twin sister of Yuko. And then things go horribly wrong because obviously this cannot abide. The girl gets her head cut off by herself because she's a ninja too, and she has cool mystic ninja powers that include self decapitation, I guess. But the head is put on the body of one of the retainers, using magic, of course. They're not like surgeons or anything. This does take place in feudal Japan. I don't know if they had surgeons back then like that. As it happens, Jotaro, of course, decides to declare a one-man war against these evil magicians, as they're later called, and Danjo. And Sonny Chiba fits in there somewhere. If you've never seen someone killed with a flute to the eyes, this is your movie. Overall, I don't really know if the acting was good or not because it's in Japanese, and as far as I could tell, it was probably a little over the top, a little hyper melodramatic, but it's probably supposed to be that way. This is sort of a superhero type film. There's some wirework scenes, and the special effects are pretty dated. I mean, this is 1982, but overall, the movie works pretty well. The angles that the film is shot in are really well done. The sets are pretty cool. There's a big temple fire scene with a fight inside that looked really cool. The script seemed pretty good. The end didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I think it's a cultural thing. So, but yeah, overall, I'd recommend this one. Was a fun movie, not real high budget. It was definitely had that 80s martial arts feel to it with the over the top ninja action. But it worked. It worked for this movie for what it is. It's a martial arts movie with ninja and evil wizards and people with supernatural powers. There's a guy that vomits some sort of bile that crusts people's faces and stuff like that. And a blind guy that's got some massive hearing powers, and he shoots little daggers out of his knuckle area and stuff like that, and they're very powerful or whatever. But overall, the villains have a very comic book feel to it. They're called magicians or fiends or the retainers, but they really are kind of like super villains. And the main ninja guy who gets put through the grinder, like that guy gets pretty messed up. He's kind of the underdog hero that he's plucky and you have to root for him because he's the hero. But overall, the bad guys were pretty straightforward about their intentions and what they were doing. The head bad guy, Lord Danjo, he's pretty much a jerk. So yeah, the plot was imperial overthrow, so he could get the girl and become ruler of Japan. And of course, his kid's got to stop him. And yeah, overall, it was a fun film. Not a real deep intellectual piece by any means. It was at heart a love story about a guy trying to avenge his girlfriend and save a princess, which is pretty sweet. You know, it's a nice romance story. Unless you're a third wave feminist, then it's a bunch of crap. But even the female wizard was pretty cool. Her powers were pretty badass. Now, as far as the other aspects of it, the cinematography was great. Like I said, the special effects were a little dated. You did get to see 2 brief butt shots and 4 sets of boobs, one of which was not an attractive set, and it's the one that's on screen the longest. No offense to that lady who's probably fairly old now, but she had really gross boobs. Now, just as a warning, this is not a kid's movie. There is quite a lot of violence, obviously. People do lose their heads a few times, and one sprays a couple gallons of blood up. And there is a brief rape scene. It's not overly graphic, but you know what it is, and it's graphic enough for that type of material. So there is that. So be aware of those if you do watch this. I highly recommend checking it out. I got my copy in a Sonny Chiba collection with 3 other movies, all of which will be reviewed eventually. And mine was not dubbed; it had subtitles. If you get a chance, get both the dubbed copy and the subtitle version. The subtitle version is more accurate and has a much better story. The dubbed version is kind of funny. There is some hilarious dialogue that was replaced in that, and it is so over the top. That's a cheese fest for sure. So if you get a chance, watch it both ways. The dubbed version is way more hilarious, I think unintentionally. I think they were trying to improve it, and it really comes off super cheesy. But if you get a chance and you want to watch it as a serious movie, watch it with the subtitles, because it's much better as an actual film. But if you're looking to make fun of it or get some cool quotes, the dubbed version is hilarious. It has great lines like, now you will see the power of a true ninja. Things like that. And of course, that was my crappy impression of it, but highly recommended. I thought this movie was overall fun. Like I said, if you want a good laugh, I highly recommend the dubbed version. If you're just looking for a good popcorn action flick, the subtitle version will do it for you. And that'll do it for now, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Bad Movie Review.